Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, I visited the Mayura Historical Park, and now I will invite you again to explore other historical tourist attractions in Lombok. Can you guess it? Yups, I'll visit the natural and religious tourist destinations in Suranadi. I'm sure there will be a lot of excitement and interesting stories that you won't want to miss. Together with me, Gusti Lanang Saputra, let's travel. The Suranadi tourist destination has an area of around 52 hectares and is located in West Lombok, specifically on the Suranadi Highway, Selat Village in Narmada Sub-District. You can come by vehicle, and it only takes around 50 minutes from Lombok International Airport, 30 minutes from Mataram City Center, and 1 hour from Senggigi. This place is famous for its natural beauty and the historical and religious values it contains. Before exploring the beauty of this place, let's explore its historical and religious stories. Long ago, there was a Hindu priest from East Java who traveled to spread the Shiva sect. He was named Dangyang Nirarta. He has another name, Pedanda Sakti Waurau, which means the newly arrived powerful priest. Dangyang Nirarta came to Lombok with his followers and stopped at the place where Suranadi is now. He gave his blessing to the Hindus in Lombok in the form of 5 holy springs or Panchatirtha, which came from the ground where his magic stick was embedded. The first spring is called Pabersihan, which is used to purify the souls of Hindus. The second and third springs are called Toyatabah and Pengentas, which are used as a means to clean and purify corpses during the cremation ceremony. Then, the fourth and the fifth springs are called Panglukatan and Petirtaan, which are used as complements in prayers. Because of the existence of this holy spring, this area was given the name Suranadi, which comes from 2 Sanskrit syllables, Sura, which means God, and Nadi, which means water flow or river. So, Suranadi means the river given by the gods. Okay, now it's time to explore the beauty of these tourist attractions. The first place I explored was the Pabersihan Spring. This is the parking area. Next to it, you will find a public pool. Anyone can swim here without any special rules. The water is very fresh and cold, as it comes from the spring directly. If you go deeper, this is where the Pabersihan Spring is located. Before entering the temple or sacred area, visitors are required to sprinkle Tirta Panglukatan water on their heads as a symbol of cleansing the soul before entering the temple. This is the sacred pond where Hindus perform the Melukat ritual, which is the cleansing of the soul according to Hindu beliefs. You can perform the Melukat ritual as long as you are serious, believe in its meaning, and are not menstruating or grieving. There is also a Pabersihan temple on the side of the road. This temple is a place to pray after performing the Melukat ritual. Tourists are allowed to enter the temple as long as they follow the applicable rules, such as wearing Balinese traditional clothes like the one I used, not making noise, maintaining politeness, and not menstruating. Now, we continue our journey to second and third springs called Toyatabah and Pengentas. The distance is about 250 meters to the east. You can reach it by walking for 5 minutes along the path. Walking on this path is my favorite activity when visiting Suranadi because I can spoil my eyes by looking at the green rice fields. Unfortunately, When this video was taken, the rice fields here had already been harvested, and I was unable to enjoy the view of the green rice fields. However, I did see a group of farmers planting rice seedlings, which really caught my attention. For your information, if you want to stay near this tourist attraction, there are several inns located not far away, such as Lanang Hotel, Jati Suranadi Homestay, and Asoy Homestay. Unfortunately, there are no villas or star hotels near this location. Now, we arrive at Pengentas Temple, where the Toyota Bah and Pengentas Springs are located. Pengentas Temple is the smallest among the three groups of temples here. Not many recreational activities can be done in this temple, as it's only for praying and performing melukat rituals. But you don't have to be disappointed, because next to this temple is a very large and beautiful public swimming pool. This is actually the swimming pool of an abandoned hotel from Dutch colonialism era called Suranadi Hotel. You only need to pay an entrance fee of 10,000 rupiah per person, then you can swim freely. Oh, by the way, the facilities available at the Suranadi tourist destination are quite complete. Every place I visited had a large parking area, food and drink stalls, gazebos, and toilets. Next, we will see the third temple called Ulon Temple. In the front yard of this temple, there is a statue of Dangyanirarta, which was made in his memory. The architecture of this temple is very artistic and detailed. There are several sacred buildings as symbols of God. It should be noted that tourists are prohibited from stepping on or climbing these sacred buildings. Panglukatan spring water is in a well, which is located on the right side of this temple area, while the well of Petirtaan spring is on the left side of this temple area. The atmosphere in this temple is so calm and peaceful that Hindus love to pray here. If you like the natural atmosphere, like in Suranadi, there are several other tourist attractions near this location, such as Narmada Park, Lingsar Temple, Bunut Ngengkang, Tibu Atas Waterfall, Seganter Waterfall, Batu Santak Waterfall, Gunung Jae, Aiknyat Sesaut, Narmada Botanic Garden, and Timponan Waterfall. We continue our journey to explore the nature of Suranadi. If you walk a little north from Ulon Temple, you will find the Suranadi Nature Park. This is the Suranadi Forest that is managed by the government as a tourist attraction. The entrance ticket is only 15,000 rupiah per person. It contains many species of plants and animals. Your arrival will be welcomed by the forest resident monkeys. They are very friendly and you can feed them. If you feel tired, you can rest and fill your stomach with traditional Lombok food available at the Suranadi food court. Traditional foods provided include sate bulayak, pecel, rujak, and various snacks. Sate bulayak is the iconic food of Suranadi area. It's a skewer of chicken, beef, or beef oval grilled with Lombok special spices, then eaten with bulayak, which is rice steamed in woven palm leaves. It's very tasty, savory, and slightly spicy. But in this time, I want to order pecel, which is a salad of kale and bean sprouts flavored with peanut sauce. This is the end of my journey in exploring Suranadi tourist destinations. Thanks for accompanying me. Let's schedule your vacation soon and enjoy the beauty of Lombok. See ya!